Hollywood has had shows that will go down as all-time classics, but few have had the cultural impact of Squid Game. Before it became the most watched show in Netflix history, its creator spent a decade being told his idea was too dark, too violent, and too unrealistic to ever succeed. But the world would eventually call genius. The entire industry initially shrugged it off as impossible. This all started in 2008 when a broke filmmaker named Hwang Dong hyuk sat in a cafe reading comics. He was living with his mother, drowning in debt, and was so desperate for money that he had to sell his laptop just to stay afloat. When he finished the script, he thought studios would instantly get it. Instead, he faced brutal rejection. For the next 10 years, every major Korean studio passed on the show. But still, Hwang kept pitching, but he never stopped refining the story everyone else thought was a mistake. Then came the turning point. Netflix had just expanded into Asia and was hunting for bold Korean stories. They weren't looking for the safe shows. They were looking for the exact kind of risk Korean studios had spent a decade avoiding. When Netflix executive Kim Min-young read Hwang's script, she saw what others couldn't. A universal story about desperation, inequality, and the fragile line between hope and greed. For the first time in 10 years, Hwang got the yes he'd been waiting for. After a decade of rejection, someone finally believed in him. Netflix gave him something he'd never been offered: complete creative control and a $21 million budget. September 17th, 2021, Squid Game drops worldwide. The show was released everywhere at once and was dubbed and subtitled for global reach. The numbers were unreal. 1.6 billion viewing hours in the first 28 days, #1 in 94 countries, and 4 million new subscribers driven to Netflix. This was a $21 million investment that generated nearly $900 million in value. What started as a story nobody wanted became a global phenomenon because Hwang refused to give up on his vision. I'm Moino Sinde, and this is The Underrated. We share stories that showcase game-changing strategies and moments that shape business, music, sports, and culture as we know it today. To watch the full video of this story, click the link in my bio, and if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link right down below.